Okay, good morning, students. Let us start with today's session. So, digital switching system. So, in this class today, let us have a brief introduction of the model question paper, what they are given from the university. So, we will try to solve those each question and try to understand the questions what they are given and try to answer each one of them. So, I have a question paper here in which you can have, let us say, yeah, coming to the thing. So, digital switching system. So, it is common for 15 scheme as well as 16 scheme. So, as according to our syllabus, we know it is having 5 modules, and each module is occupying 16 marks. So, plus or 16 marks. That means there will be a choice in between question number 1 to question number 2 in module 1. In a similar manner, we have a choice in question number 2, sorry, module number 2 as 3 and 3 or 4, right? You know this pattern, right? So, here let us discuss with the model question paper. In the first one, so here you can see question number 1A. They are asking explain the different network structures used in communication. So, understand the problem and see the marks first. So, with respect to the marks, so kindly answer the things. Fine. So, different network structures. There are 5 different network structures. Each one of them write the diagram, write the important key terms, key points, highlight those things, write it properly, right? So, different network structures in communication, right? So, that is this one. That is network structures. There are mainly 5 types. So, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, which are those things? Mesh we have, and we have the expressions n is equal to 1 by 2 into n minus 1. If n is much greater than 1, then n is almost equal to n square. So, what are the drawbacks of that we are written? So, bus network or ring network, star network, tree network. So, each one of the network you need to explain because it is for 8 marks. Okay. So, like this, you need to just go with the things. So, next 1B, explain with a neat diagram of 4-wire circuit. So, this is very important question because definitely if you refer previous year question paper also, definitely they will ask this. This is for 8 to 10 marks. There is a block diagram, there are explanations. Step by step try to explain the things. Practice the diagram. Okay. A 4-wire circuit we have shown. It is an analog circuit amplifiers. Okay. We have transmitting amplifier, there will be receiving amplifiers. Okay. So these are the diagrams. Sending amplifier, receiving amplifier, 2-wire circuit, 4-wire line, balanced network. Okay. What are the principles of operation of this? You have to explain. So what is 4-wire circuit? You have to explain properly, step by step. Okay. So next question is, with a block schematic, explain the network telecommunication network. So it is also one of the quite important one. So it is one of quite important because here it deals about national telecommunication network, how the telecommunication network has been connected national wide. So what are the parameters are there, how a line is connected from one customer to international gateway. So you can see here step by step, customer line, local exchange. This part is, these are customers. This big dot zero like structures are called local exchange. So how we have exchange, that is telephone exchange near to our homes. This is tandem exchanges. This is regional exchange. It may be for the states, national exchange. For South region, one tandem exchange may be there. For North, something, some tandem exchange may be there. For East, some tandem exchange may be there, like that. For international gateway, to in order to make the international communication from one country to another country, for contacting USA from to India or India to Japan, like that, it can be possible by two things, that is satellite links and submarine cables. So that how the international networks is going to happen. Okay. So, so this is a block diagram of National Telecommunication Network. So that how the communication is possible from one country to another country. So you can see here also the separation is made. This is for international network. This is called trunk network, and this is called local network. This you need to explain it. Okay, what is local network? This connects the customer station to their local exchange. It is also called a customer loop and customer access network or subscriber distribution network. Okay, in a similar manner, we have junction network. It interconnects a group of local exchange with a tandem or trunk exchange. Trunk network or tool network. This provides long distance circuits between local area throughout the country. Private branch exchange, we call it as PBX, belongs to a hierarchy of national public network. Some customers have internal lines serving the extension telephone. These connected to one another and lines from the that is public exchange of PBX. This may also be owned by any of the companies after purchasing from public telephone operators. And we have the telephone network consisting of large number of transmission links which are joining together each locations. That is maybe a customer node, switching node or transmission nodes. So customer node, a customer terminal form the node, a switching node, a switching center form the other node, transmission node. Here certain circuits are not switched but the transmission path are joined semi separate permanently. Okay, so next explain the following power levels in decibel meter and decibel watt. So even though it is for 4 marks, definitely it is one of the very important question problem and it is very easy. So they'll ask give the power levels and they ask you to find them in dBm and dBW. Only thing is you should remember this formula. So see here, the power level they are given it as 1 milliwatt. So 10 into logarithm of 1 milli divided by 1 milli is equal to 0 dBm in dBm. Again, if it is 1 watt, so it will be 1 and here 1 milli is common. Again 2 milliwatt, you make it as 2 milli. It is plus 3.010 dBm. If it is 100 milliwatt, it is 10 into log 100 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So it is 20 dBm. dBW. It is 10 into logarithm of 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 by 1, which is equal to minus 30 dBW. So for 1 watt, it is 0 dBW. For 2 milliwatt, it is minus 27 dBW. For 100 milliwatt, it is minus 10 dBW. Okay, so this is how actually it's going to be done. So next, with a suitable diagram, explain the principles of frequency division multiplexing. So in the syllabus of the first module, we have FDM, TDM, SDH, PDH. So out of this four, one anything they may ask. It is also important section. So in frequency division multiplexing, the frequency bands are divided into number of distinct bands. And in FDM, the short form of frequency division multiplexing, the transmission a number of baseband channels which are sent over a common wideband transmission path. Okay, we were discussing about frequency division multiplexing. So this was a diagram. So in which we have, so here you can see the amplifiers and we have two wire baseband circuits and we have the filters here. Okay, these are the amplifiers. So this is a four wire circuit. Okay, and here you can see in A, B and C diagram, the A diagram says that it is a standard translation equipment and B and C is the frequency band of baseband signal and wideband signal, and principles of operations are discussed. So in module number 2, I told when we are discussing our module number 2 also, that is the message switching and circuit switching are very important part. They may ask you for explaining message switching or explaining circuit switching or explain the differences between message switching and circuit switching, like some 5 points they may ask. So it is important topic. So here the evolution of message switching how happened, it has been determined like figure A, B, C and D. How the manual transfer used to take place, how the manual transfer of paper tape takes place, how the manual transfer of paper tape with automatic route select, because here the automatic route select switches are used, and here the last one automatic message switching system where the exchange is used to switch the calls to the trunks. Okay, here T is nothing but teleprinters. R slash P is ripple factor. A slash P T is the automatic transfer. S is nothing but store. So explanation of that. So it is for 8 marks. So you need to explain it with very detailed manner. So mention the functions of switching system. So attending, information receiving. There are total 8 points or functions you need to explain everything. Like attending, the system must continuously monitor all the lines and to detect the call request. Information receiving. In addition to receiving the calls and clearing the signals, the system must receive the information from the caller as a call line is required. This is called addressing the line. Information processing. The system must process the information received in order to determine the action to be performed and control these actions. Since both the origination and termination calls are handled differently for different customers, call of service information has to be processed to the addition of address information. What is busy testing? After processing a received information, in order to determine the required outgoing circuit, the system must be busy test to determine whether the link or line is free or already engaged on another call. So that how we can able to test the line. So interconnection for a call between two customers, three connections are to be made. It may be a connection to a calling terminal or connection to a call terminal or a connection between two terminals. That how the interconnection is going to take place. Then what is alerting? Have a, so alert is nothing but have to make a connection. The system has to send a signal to alert the customer. So it has to alert the customer saying that a call, like by sending a ringing tone to the customer, or by sending a engaged tone to the called subscriber. So like that. So it's going to alert the things using a signal. Supervision. After a called terminal has answered, the system continues to monitor the connection in order to be able to clear it down. When the call has ended, when a charge for a call is made by metering, the supervisory circuit and sends the pulse over the P wire to operate a meter in a line, writing the calling customer. This process is known as calling line identification. Information sending. If the called customer line is located on another exchange, the additional function of information sending is required. The originating exchange must signal the required address to the terminating exchange. Okay, so these are the 8 functions of switching system, which is very important. Kindly remember the key terms and explain. So definition of CCS, BHCA, busy hour, CCR. If you refer previous year question paper, you can see these questions. So it is very important. They'll ask for 4 marks, sometimes 8 marks also. CCS. Traffic intensity or simple traffic is defined as the average number of calls is in progress. That means how many calls are in progress is nothing but that is in average. If you take that is nothing but CCS, the unit of traffic will be in Erlangs. So which was named by A.K. Erlangs, a Danish pioneer of traffic. Next, BHCA, busy hour call attempt. In telecommunication, the busy hour call attempt is a teletraffic engineering measurement used to evaluate a plan or a capacity for a telephone. So it is used for checking a busy hour of a telecommunication traffic. So in order to evaluate a plan, the capacity of telephone network, so we need to slide the 16-minute period which occurs in a maximum total traffic load in a given 24 hours period of time. Okay. So what is busy hour? The busy hour is a period of 1 hour during which the corresponding to the traffic load to the peak. So if you take this diagram, the number of calls in progress. So X line is time delay. See here, you can see during 5 o'clock in the morning, the call starts. An average of all customers it is taken. When the customer reaches the office, the call in progress will reach to peak. So we consider this as busy hour. And as and when it becomes afternoon, it is getting low because they'll go for lunch and all. After again they come back from lunch, the call may increase. Again during 6 to 7, again the customer, the people will move from office to home. So in such a way the call will again drops. Again when they reach home and they settle down after some 7 o'clock to 8 till 12, the call again it increases, and at 12 around almost it will get flattened. So like this actually the curve is there. So this particular 1 hour is called as busy hour. So CCR, completion rate, which is defined as a ratio of successful completed calls to total calls attempted, and this ratio is expressed in percentage or decimal fractions. Okay, so call CCR, it is call completion rate. Explain the significance of distribution frame with the help of neat diagram. So this is also one of the important question. So you need to practice this diagram, which is having the main distribution frame, trunk distribution frame, intermediate frame. So this diagram you have to practice. You need to explain each block thoroughly. Kindly copy this diagram. I'll give for a few minutes. Try to practice it. Huh? So here we have to explain each one of the block. It may be of main distribution frame or intermediate frame or trunk distribution frame. How are they are interconnected? And what are the role that is going to play? So and very important word that is jumper. Okay. The frames which contains an array of terminal blocks and terminals are connected in less permanent fashion by wires is called as jumpers. Okay, so this you need to explain, and it is for 8 marks. So it is very important question. Okay, so you need to explain each block about IDF, TDF, and MDF. Okay, with a neat diagram, explain the basic call processing, that is maybe incoming call or outgoing call through a digital switching system, a group of traffic carried by a group. So when I was discussing in the last class also, I told in module number 2 and then module number 2 second part, this is quite a very important question since there are 4 stages. So you need to practice the diagram. You need to write the theory for each block, that is each stage, and it is for 8 marks. Easily you can get. So outgoing call. So you need to explain how the outgoing calls are made. So the diagrams, incoming calls, network control process, central processors, service circuits, line modules, trunk modules, switching fabric, interface controllers. Okay. So now let us go with model number 3. Derive the equation for finite queuing capacity. The second Erlang's distribution, the queuing system is shown in the diagram. So here the traffic offered in Erlang's, which is given as an input to a queuing system. So this is telecommunication switch. These are n number of servers. So here they are asking you to derive a finite queuing capacity. So you need to consider 4 assumptions. One is pure chance traffic, statistic equilibrium, fully availability, calls which encounters congestion, which enters into the queue and are stored until the servers become free. So these are the mathematical equations, so which I already discussed in module number 3. So these equations you need to get practice. These are transition probabilities. So this is called second Erlang's distribution, probability of delay. So finite queuing capacity. A practical system cannot contain a finite queue, and thus when the queue has become full, the call that arrives subsequently are lost. If the queue can only hold up to q calls, then x is less than or equal to q plus n. Okay, so this is the equation. So this is the final equation. So next, this is a problem. So during a busy hour, and it is for 6 marks, the problem is very simple. You can see during a busy hour, a group of trunk is offered 100 calls during an average duration of 3 minutes. One of the call failed to find the disengaged trunk, find the traffic offered to a group and traffic carried by the group. Okay, what is the traffic carried to the group and what is the traffic offered from the group? So traffic offered to a group is A of OT is equal to call offered by T into H, which is equal to 5 Erlang's. Traffic lost is A of I into C is failed calls into H by T, which is equal to 1 into 3 by 60, which is equal to 0.05 Erlang's. So traffic carried is equal to traffic offered minus traffic lost, which is equal to 5 minus 0.05 is equal to 4.95 Erlang's. Okay, so traffic carried is 4.95 Erlang's. Obtain the relationship between first Erlang and second Erlang formula delay table, that is summation of k varies from 0 to n, a of k by k factorial, e to the power of n by n factorial, and e of 1 comma n of a. So this is about things. Design a grading for connecting 20 trunks to switches having 10 outlets. So the number of graded group given by the equation. Okay, so this is about grading. So secondary grading. So what is grading? That is explain grading. Explain the neat diagram of skipped and homogeneous grading. So skipped and homogeneous grading, and it is important topic. So you need to write the diagram and you need to explain here also with a neat diagram or sketch. Explain the space switch and time switch. So again here the connections you need to explain, and you have to write a diagram of space switch, so which is very important. So practice this diagram for time switches. Again you have to do explanation. If it is 8 marks, each will carry 4 marks. Write a short note on synchronization network. How synchronization network is going to work? What is the advantage of asking like a note? You can write anything on this. You can write a mathematical model. You can explain it. You can write the application, whatever you want. But with respect to synchronization network, explain with a diagram classification of digital switching system software. So here it is asked for 6 marks. So you have to explain about digital switching system software classification, how it is being classified, and this diagram. Each one block you have to explain. Okay, like this. And again, explain in brief the basic software architecture used in digital switching system. So here again you have to explain the block diagram and you have to explain each step. See, level 1, level 2, level 3 you have to explain. You have to explain about kernel, you have to explain about the operating system. So like that NCPs, CPs also you have to explain. See, and each level you have to explain, and it is very important question. Practice the diagram nicely. So this is a space switch of K cross M, the diagram. You can notice there also in the previous question they asked the same diagram. So it is very important. Explain briefly a neat diagram of organizing an interface of typical digital switching system central office. So here again the theory part, you have to write the block diagram, how it has been interconnected to other blocks, and each block you have to explain it detailed manner. Okay. Explain in brief the generic switching system hardware architecture. So how it has been done. So hardware architecture, software architecture, both they asked in this particular question paper. So this is hardware architecture. You have to practice the diagram and explanation. Explain the system outage and its impact. In the last class, I was telling what is system outage, what is inside system, what is outside system and all. So it is for 6 marks. Each point you have to highlight and you have to write the explanation. Write a short note on recovery strategy. That means how the recovery strategy is done in digital switching system, why it is necessary in digital switching system, if not what happens, what are the outcomes of it, that explain. Manual recovery also you are explaining. Draw a typical problems, reporting a system and explain the functions of each block. So the diagram you have to practice and you have to explain what are the failures and what are the problems are occurring in this. Okay. So and one thing I want to clear that is very important one, that is for exam point of view. So module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4 and 5 if you take. So module 1 is very easy, module 2 is also easy, and module 4 and module 5 is also easy. Module 3 is if you are very good at in mathematics, there are derivations and problems. Otherwise that is also very easy. Okay, so passing will not be a problem. Okay, so kindly go through the things. So here module 1 is full of theory, which is from textbook 1 only, as they are given in the syllabus. In module 2 it is from textbook 1 and 2, both it we have to use. For module 3 you have to use only textbook number 1. For module 4 you have to use both the textbook. And module 5 you have to use only textbook number 2. And which are the textbooks you have to use? This one. That is JE Flood by Telecommunication and Switching Traffic and Network, and by Syed Ali, Digital Switching System. Okay, these two books are enough and it is very good. to complete whole syllabus. Kindly refer previous year question papers which are available online, and try to see which are very important topics you can score in this subject.